RPGamer here at PAX 2017, here with Divinity 2. And Kieran's going to show us a game. Yay? Yeah. You excited?
So, I'm very excited.
You're getting really close to release, right?
Really close to release, so I'm also excited for that time when we get to just rest our heads and go, we've done it.
But, well, that's after you fix some bugs first, right?
Well, we're hoping there won't be too many.
Okay,
absolutely,
all right,
absolutely.
None left.
So yeah, so September 14th, it's only what, 12 days, 2 hours and 10 seconds. I don't know, I'm not counting that far. So what you're seeing right now is the character creation screen. You've played the first one a little bit, so you're familiar enough with the system, but you'll recognize this as something similar, but it's still obviously different. You can flick through over here for me. You'll see that we have 5 races in the game now. We have dwarf, elf, human, lizard. Keep going, yeah, and then keep going, you'll see the undead version of each of those races. So you can also play the undead. You can play undead dwarf, human, lizard, and also lizard.
Well, people can't deal with
elf.
this very well, can they?
Well, no, not really, but we'll get into that, don't worry. So the other thing we could do is we can play with the origin stories. And the origin stories are these unique, individually written characters for each character, in the world. If you keep flicking through, you'll see that you've got Beast and Fane, and also the 4 origin stories that are in early access right now, Ithin, Sabile, and Losa, and also Red Prince. Each origin story is custom built by one of our writers and has its own plot lines and quest lines wrapped up into the main quest. So it gives you a unique, different experience every time you play. You're a custom human right now, okay? So that's cool. Okay. If we flick over to tags, this is how we roleplay in Original Sin, okay? So what makes the game really stand out and shine, in my opinion? Right now, the world is seeing you based on these tags. So you get to roleplay as a human female. That actually means that people will respond to the fact that you're human. So not only will you get something interesting to say in dialogue, they'll actually say something different to you based on your tags. So if you picked soldier noble, then you're basically saying, I grew up with noble blood, and I was a soldier at one stage. That means that soldiers, fellow soldiers in the world, might recognize that you are foreign military and salute you or whatever else, and you'll get interesting dialogue based on that. So if I opened up like a basic NPC guard in the game and showed you the editor and opened up all the dialogue, you would think it's a major NPC quest, because you wouldn't actually see half that dialogue in the game. It's just based on which tag it reacts to at which time. So there are the tags. We go back to the origins there and flick to something really cool, like one of the undead origins, like Fane, or an origin story.
I like her hair, that she still has it mostly, you know.
Well, do you want to pick that one then?
No. I want the undead lizard, man. Look at that.
All right. I mean, you can't resist something that makes it look like it's in a museum, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Looks like it should be in the Jurassic period.
Not only is it undead, it's sophisticated. And I think that's the important part.
We shall see how sophisticated you're going to be in this playthrough. One final thing, you'll see that you've got your presets here. These are like similar to classes in any other RPG. The reason why we say preset, though, is because you can change this and adapt it. And if you want to be a fireball-wielding knight, you can totally do that.
Okay.
So pick something that feels comfortable to you. And since you're familiar enough with the game, I'd recommend something cool like the polymorph, the metamorph skills.
Yeah,
all right. Because they're new
Let's
and something new from Original Sin 1.
I'm familiar with the game. I'm not good at the game, so it's very important to point
totally
out.
Fine.
Okay.
You would hope that with me besides you will be okay.
All right.
But I can't promise you.
Ready to go in?
Continue, yeah, let's go for it.
Yes, I'm sure.
So that's just a small little warning to say, look, if you haven't played Original Sin before, Undead is a little bit more advanced and there's a few tricks to it. Which is fine.
Fine, no problem.
Yeah. So if you're currently, so I'll give you a bit of setup of the game.
Oh.
You are a sorcerer, right? So you're able to use this forbidden magic called Source.
Okay.
The problem is that anytime a sorcerer uses their magic, these creatures called Voiwo can come and wreck the world, essentially. They destroy villages and towns and civilians and everything else. So the people of the time, the Divine Order, they're like the power that be, they're rounding people up and putting them on this island called Fort Joy. They're also putting a source collar on them, so if we hit inventory, you'll see that you just got your source collar attached right this second. That's why you're on the table. So you can close that. So you've now been stripped of some of your power, and you need to escape this prison ship and the prison island that you're going to. All right, so we can close those by pressing I, and you can go through this. So this is just a small little warning from the little grinning skull over here, because you're an undead, to make sure you don't reveal your face. Oh, you're currently sneaking because you hit C. That's okay.
Not intentionally.
That's all right. That's all right. So you can hit C to go back.
I forgot that the sneaking was in a barrel.
So WASD will move your camera, and the middle mouse button will rotate your camera. All right. So you can hold it down and rotate it. And this lady up here is the one responsible for for putting the collar on you, right? She's over here by the ship.
What's my scroll?
WASD.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hey. All right.
So you can talk to this lady here.
Hello.
So you're not hearing it right now, and also you're probably not hearing it in the capture device, but essentially we've actually fully voice recorded everything. So all 1 million words of the game are recorded. If you see a little exclamation mark here, it just means that it's not been put into the game yet, but it's coming. So, good old Divinity game. We like to start you off with a nice
With a
little
murder quest,
mystery.
yeah. Right.
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay. Should I go investigate, or?
If you want. I mean, it's a short presentation, so it's up to you.
Okay.
So in the next room, okay, you're actually going to see all 6 origin stories. Now, every origin story that you don't pick in Cards of Creation becomes a potential recruitable companion. So each one of these guys is a potential companion down the road. So here's Losa.
Okay.
So we can go through each one if you want to, but an interesting one to talk to is Fane, who's just up here on the left, just here. You'll recall that Fane is our undead origin story, so he's currently an elf, which I'll explain later on.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, all right. So you're going into this room to register yourself, basically.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. So Windigo here is on a mission. Unfortunately, you are the mission.
Yeah, apparently. That's not good for me. Ow.
So she's used a very powerful source ability there to basically wipe out the whole group. Now it's okay because you're a sorcerer yourself, you're mostly immune to it, or at least more protected than the magisters are.
Oh, they didn't do too well.
No, they didn't do too well. And if you actually run up here quickly, you'll get some basic equipment for later on. You know, not that you're going to go into combat or
no,
yeah,
of course.
yeah. Well, I mean, you know. Yeah. You can probably turn these off actually. Next time they pop up. It's not. No, sorry. All right, cool. So you can go up these steps here.
Oh, do I have to equip
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff?
definitely equipment. Yeah.
What do I want? Pitchfork and a crossbow. Oh boy, excitement.
We can't start you off with like the legendary sword of Xandar or anything, can we? Yeah, you just click that. Perfect.
I want the legendary sword of Xandar now. I want to know what that is.
I'm pretty sure Xandar is something from another. It's probably some other IP over here.
Go upstairs.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Let's do this.
So as you can see, the ship is burning, right? But
Oh,
unfortunately for you, this is not the best thing. So you can drag that over here. That's okay. You picked it up.
I
If you go to
didn't need to
inventory,
do that.
that's all right. Just drag it from your inventory onto the fire, and it'll put the fire out.
Oh, convenient.
Well,
So all
it is-
the elemental interactions are still here, huh?
Exactly, yeah. And you can go up here, we'll just skip past this little area. There's obviously a few bits to discover, but that's like, it's hints to the future of the story, so.
I'll do that when I play in my own time.
Exactly. There's probably a good hour's worth of content in here at least, you know, if you make the most of it and you actually explore everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like I said,
Ow.
the ship burning is not the worst thing that's happening right now.
When did the Kraken arrive?
If you WASD down, oh, you're in combat right now.
Maybe I don't want to do that, yeah.
That's all right. You'll see that the Kraken is quite literally
It
attacking.
is a Kraken.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're in
Those are
combat right
Kraken.
now with the guys up top.
Okay.
So those two little voidlings up top, you see them?
Well, I can't hit him.
Unfortunately for you, you actually
an
climb
idiot,
down.
because
It's
I'm
okay. No, it's fine. Just click over here. Yeah, perfect.
Get up there.
You'll get back up. And then we'll do something cool. So we'll use Tentacle Lash, which is one of your polymorph abilities.
Oh dear.
And you can basically extend your arm like a tentacle and hit them to disarm them.
That works.
Voidlings aren't very intelligent, as you can see.
No.
The next thing you can do, which again is something else cool, you can turn that voidling into a chicken. Yeah.
All right.
So chicken form. And now he is a harmless chicken for a couple of turns.
Great. And then what's this one?
Bull horn. So you can grow horns and charge him like a bull.
Can I do that now? Yeah. No.
Oh, no, here you go. Oh, you've run out of action
I've run
point.
out.
It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
well.
It's all right. End your
That's my
turn,
end turn.
and you'll save your action point for next turn.
It's always good to end your turn in poison, right?
Well, for you, yes, because you're undead.
I'm undead.
Absolutely. And the chicken's running away, so you get a nice attack of opportunity.
I love that animation. Wow, it's really going. Okay.
All right, so you can use your
Now we
bull
can do
rush
this.
now if you want to. And charge him. Oh, there's smoke it away. There you
Yeah,
go.
whatever. Close enough. Yeah, just attack.
All right, excellent. That's just the chicken.
Oh, it's back to normal.
He's turned back. You still have your bull rush, so you might be able to still charge. I think it might be out of range now.
I chose the wrong thing. No,
that's
don't do
all right.
that. Don't do that. There we go. At least get me up here. Okay.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Okay.
So tutorial, relatively easy fight, but it gets you used to the combat mechanics.
I
again.
have some stuff going on in my head here.
Yeah, it's because you're poisoned, so you're poisoned for one more turn.
Poisoned, even though it doesn't matter.
Well,
Okay.
it does. It's healing you. So that's even better.
All right.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
love
the reason.
it.
Probably
That's
the
best.
reason you're still alive.
That's why I'm
yeah.
alive. Yeah. All right.
So you see, you don't even get health potions; you get poison potions to heal yourself with.
Should I use one of those?
Yeah, go for it.
Probably a good idea. All right. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Best class ever. All right.
So there's a life
climb
out.
up there and jigger. Oh. Can I do anything for them?
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah, you can talk to him now. There you go.
Let's get off of here.
Oh.
Oh, should I not do that? Might
It's
be
up
too
to
late
you.
now.
It's up to you. I have a naughty and nice list, and I'm listing all my press who do or do not help the survivors. So, anyway, so one of the things that you would see if you played the game continuously, what you just decided will impact, right? So choice of consequence is really important in the game. Whatever you decide is going to end up impacting in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's kind of the tutorial level. You've got a bit of experience of the new parts of the game. Would you like me to jump forward now and actually show you something?
Let's shift the attention away from me running away from the Kraken onto something else.
All right, perfect. Do you want to stand here, though?
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, so I'm going to load up Reaper's Coast.
I feel embarrassed. I feel like I just cut out part of your demo.
No, it's fine. The thing about our game, right, this choice and consequence thing that I keep pushing, the reason why it's important is that you should play the game as you want to play it and role play as you want to play. So if you want to play this selfish, badass, like soul-sucking dude, you can do that by all means.
It's actually my trade show persona. I always play as the hero at home, but trade shows I try to be the worst person ever.
You want to be as mean as possible, right? That's the thing. Yeah.
The developers love it. That's what I found.
Please, we challenge you. Try break the game. Go for it. Do what you want to do. So Reaper's Coast is about 20 hours into the game. It's the main Act 2 map. And we're, like I said, about 20 hours in. We're currently level 10.
Yeah.
And we're about to walk into a place called Driftwood. It's one of the major towns and one of the major hubs
like a
of the
western
area.
town.
It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. So we won't actually get to Driftwood, right? We're on the way there. I want to show you something, one of the encounters you can have when you get there. And it shows you something.
It's going to be really hard, so hard that you have to control it.
Well, we can F5 every 5 seconds if you want.
Hey, you know how I play at home.
No, it's actually, I'm not going to do any real combat. It's really just there's so much I want to show you.
It's cool. Yeah, let's do it.
So if anybody infantry here, first thing I want to do is scare the little crap out of the per kid by revealing myself. Any civilians or NPCs in the area will immediately recognize me as a skeleton and react to me as so. So if I approach this kid, you're going to see that he's going to run away in terror.
What is this?
Yeah, it's going to say skeleton run or something in a second. There you go.
There you go.
So he'll run away. I can, stop scaring the kid and actually go on with my presentation now. But this will happen no matter what the civilian is. So if it's a civilian who's unarmed, maybe they'll run away. But it could be an armed guard and they'll attack you like you're an enemy. So you got to be careful.
Is anyone cool with skeletons?
Sorry?
Is anybody okay with skeletons?
If you run into a necromancer, sure.
Oh, sure.
I mean, he's well used to it. So if I
obviously your party members don't mind.
Well, yeah. So there's an interesting few dialogues in there that when you introduce them to. Yeah, I won't get into it. So healing potion, you can see I hurt myself.
Oh no.
And if I want to, I can use any poison surface, which we've already shown, right? You've already used it to heal myself up, right?
Just stand in it and
exactly.
Heal. Yeah,
exactly.
Perfect.
Now the problem is that if the AI know I'm undead,
oh no,
the AI will heal me to kill me. It's that they're smart enough to realize that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the crux of the presentation is actually around this situation here. You can see there's some sort of fight. Looks like an ambush. Our characters will actually recognize this as a Magister caravan. It's very similar to something that would have actually brought us to prison, right? So the chances are there was a sorcerer here, and because I can see source on the ground, I can almost put money that there was a sorcerer here, all right? So I need to try and find out what's going on. And because of the systemics in play in Original Sin 2, there are multiple ways of doing that. I can talk to this survivor and try and learn more information through basic dialogue. But because I'm not a dwarf, she's in shock and she'll actually be either ready to kill me or run away.
Oh no.
So I'm not a dwarf because I don't have any dwarves in my party, right? The other thing I could do is talk to ghosts. If I select any one of my characters, once you get your collar off, one of the first abilities you'll unlock is Spirit Vision. You'll be able to get Spirit Vision and use it anywhere where you see dead bodies, and you can talk to the ghosts. And that gives you, again, extra quests or information about quests as well. One of the first things that people will ask me when I say you can talk to ghosts is if they played the first game and they recognize that we have Pet Pal in the game, can I talk to dead animals?
Yeah.
And you absolutely can talk to dead animals. Why can't you not talk
All
to dead
right.
animals? So if I go over to this dead bull here, in Original Sin and Original Sin 2 in the world of Rivellon, bulls actually have a clairvoyant ability. They can look into the future. Unfortunately for this bull, he's not very good at that, otherwise he probably would have predicted his own death.
Right.
So I'm going to ask the bull if he sees the future. He's going to say yes. I'll offer my condolences. Then he'll say, yeah, and then I can ask him, can you tell me my future? He's like, you sure you want to know? I'm like, yeah, please tell me my future. He's like, okay, here's your future. Super long pause. You're going to die. And then he asked me when. He's like, well, okay, here we go. Soon. Maybe. And then he shrugs.
This guy's terrible.
He's not very good at his job, is he? So I have a few choices here. For the moment, I'm going to leave him alone, but I could also try and help him move to the
I
afterlife.
prefer the other option of consuming his source.
Yes, exactly. There's 3 options. The last one, which is going to fulfill your PAX persona,
I know, yeah.
is that we can consume his soul to create power for ourselves. So because I'm role-playing Thane as one of those evil characters, I'm going to use my Purging Wand and gain a new ability called Purge. So I can literally purge the source of the bull, consume his source, and use it to power myself. So you see these little icons up here. So I've gained a source point through that. And some of my most powerful abilities, like Infant Soul Wolf, you'll see require a source point, right? So that's how I gain source. And I can gain source as well by finding these source
But it's
puddles.
a consumable, though.
Yes,
Right?
yeah. And I could also get things
eat a lot
called
of ghosts.
source orbs. I can pick them up as well.
Okay.
All right, so there's a bunch of different ways I can get it. So I can talk to ghosts is one of the ways I can find out. I can also talk to this war maiden to try and find information. The third way I could find out more information about what happened is to use the elf's ability to consume corpses. Our elves are cannibals in our game, and that means that whenever they consume a corpse, they learn the memories of the dead. So if I was to pick up, say, this voitated arm, I would be able to consume it and find more information about what happened.
But is it bad to eat it because it's void tainted?
Yes, it'll potentially hurt you.
Okay.
So I'll eat it. It's actually poisoned the blood around it, but that's okay because I've got some magic armor on. And by getting the memory of that dwarf, I learned that there's an anti-magister resistance that it was part of. So now I know when I approach Driftwood, there's an active resistance against the local authority, which will help me to, obviously I can join it or work against it, whatever I want to do. So I've shown you one option, which is to talk to ghosts. The other option is to eat the corpses. And then the other systemic option is obviously to talk to the survivor. The problem is I don't have a dwarf.
Yeah, a dwarf.
But remember when we saw Fane that he was an elf?
Yes.
Yes. He was wearing a thing called the Mask of the Shapeshifter. So by wearing a Mask of the Shapeshifter, I can change to any race I want to and change my talent, my traits, and my tag, and therefore be seen as a dwarf or a lizard.
Do you still
or
have
whatever.
that mask?
I don't, but I
Oh.
can create the mask.
Oh.
How do you think I'm going to make a new Mask of the Shapeshifter? If I told you that consuming corpses and consuming spirits was not the worst thing I'm going to show you today, what do you think we're going to do to get the...
Eating babies?
Okay, not that bad.
Okay.
It's all right. It's okay. We still need to worry about some sort of rating when we release the game.
Okay.
So when we hit inventory here, you'll see that I have a cool item called the Face Ripper.
Oh no!
So I have a dead
come on.
dwarf here. I can quite literally rip his face off
Face off.
and gain that face.
I figured you would just eat the dead dwarf, but
Well,
all right,
no,
why not?
I'm not. That's
Yeah,
not going to
no,
change
right.
me into a dwarf. So I
All
can,
right, no,
like,
of
I
course
can
not.
combine that with source, right? With these source orbs, combine it, and basically create a brand new Mask of the Shapeshifter.
Okay.
Now, what's cool about this is anybody can do it, and you don't need to be undead to wear the mask. So I'm going to do it right now with Fane, but anybody can wear this mask, and anybody can change into whatever race they want to.
So you can just collect a full set and then you're good to go for the game? All right.
Or you'll find that anti-magister resistance is mostly dwarves. So you could all change into dwarves thanks to 4 masks, and then explore that area.
Now are
with
these
a little
what,
bit of
single-use masks or something? Or?
No. Once you've made it, you've made it. So I've got a Mask of Shapeshifter I can change back and forth at will.
Cool.
So if I go in here and just hide my mask, you'll see that I'm now a full-fledged dwarf.
Perfect.
So now I can talk to this lady and learn more information about the Magisters because of that.
Oh man, you just made it so instead of spending multiple playthroughs to get all the dialogues ever, now I can do it all in one playthrough now.
I think
right?
you'll find you're never going to be able to explore it all. Because once you've gone through the dialogue once, like you've obviously made some decisions.
Yeah.
Like you will not be able to save scum our game because a lot of the decisions you make will go down hours and hours in, and by then it's too late to go back and change it.
Oh, you doubt my dedication.
Oh, we'll see. Well, you prove it to me and send it to me when you've done it. I'll be looking forward to watching the 1,000-hour YouTube video. And yeah, so that's Original Sin 2 with the spirit, with source and spirit consumption and the Master of the Shapeshifter.
Man, amazing. Looking cool.
Well, thank you very much for your time, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All right. So, September
14th. Yeah.
It's right here.
It's right there, yeah.
Cheating. All right. Thanks, Divinity 2. Kieran,
Yeah.
see you more at PAX 2017 with RPGamer.